Hi friends, Bill McCabe, and we're going to pick up with some additional pieces of the third stick form. But before we do that, I'm just going to review where we are from start to the last point where we left off. That's where we stopped last time. I'm going to do a different view of that, just so you have two different angles. I'm just going to stand at an oblique angle so you can see what the side points of view or side perspectives look like. Okay, having said that, I'm going to go back and add something to what we talked about last week in the section that we discussed last week. So I'm going to have Bryan come out real quick, if you will. Stay here. So in the section we did last week, I just dealt with an attacker over here. He comes in, my blind side, strikes, I drive him back, he goes back, comes in again, hits, I block, parry, I go low. I capture, drive in. What I said last week was as he pulls back, I can hit him twice from this position and do a full disarm there. You have my permission to do any kind of interpretation you want, but whatever interpretation you put onto the fight, see, you're scripting your own fight, and that script can change as you practice on different days. But if, for example, you scripted this particular sequence differently in how you saw the fight. So he attacks me, first move, goes back, takes another strike. I'm in here. Okay. As I drive through, he pulls back hard, completely free. This time I close it. 1, 2. Now he's got it open. There's my block. I bring this camera in closer, if you will. So he comes in. Why is this a good block? Because I'm checking the center. I've got the center closed. I've got the low targets. If you bring the camera down low, you can see I've got the low sensitive targets. And I'm not where the power is on the stick. See, I don't want to block the stick here. You can actually hear that thump in the joint. So it comes in, you can hear the impact it has. And now it comes hard, now here. Okay, now bring the camera over my left shoulder. Right there's a disarm if I want to take it, okay? So, for example, I do that just by casually positioning my hand. He comes in, I'm up. Again, see how easy that is? Okay? If the other hand comes in, doesn't matter. So I'm controlling the balance. Okay, so I hit twice, he goes back, he comes in, here's my move. See this? Potential disarm, strike, and reinforce it. So my point is, you can vary the script, but you have to respect whatever script you create for yourself. So my own instructor, Master Archibek, He would never do a kata the same way twice. In fact, he took great pride in improvising kata on the fly. So if somebody said, do a kata inspired on the praying mantis, he would just create it on the fly. But I guarantee you, he was a praying mantis when he would be doing it, and he would look like one. And then you might not understand what he was doing, but if you asked him to explain what he was doing, he would show you just how lethal praying mantis could be, because he had a clear script and a clear visualization. Okay, that's important stuff to remember, and it's incidental to the form, but it's even bigger than the form, because it guides you in all the things that you do, okay? You are creating your own art, and it derives from something inside you. You can't copy me, you can't be me, you can't be your teacher or master architect. You can only copy them. The one thing you can be is yourself. Okay, so here, let's go back over to the spot where we have some light, back to our original facing position. And we're going to pick up to where we left off last week. Okay, so I'm here, however you want to visualize it. This is the last move we were at last week. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to walk through the next few moves. And actually, let me do this. The angle of camera 2, bring it just a little bit more over there. So you have, good, that's good. And you want to be pointing away from the light. So I'm here. Now what's happening here is the vulnerable side is here and there's an attack coming. So what I'm doing is I'm stepping in, right foot replaces left foot goes to where right was. And as I do it, and this is like Fair Maidens work shuttles in Tai Chi Chuan. It's very similar to the Fair Maidens turnaround. It's a very powerful move too. I come up, I block, and I step, and I power, and I have to take another look at that. So I'm here, after doing this disarm, you have to remember when I came at this gentleman with the disarm, I raked this across his line of vision, actually his eyes, and came down to the disarm. So he's temporarily incapacitated. Okay, somebody's attacking me from the rear, I step out of the attack, and then I aggressively turn about and move into the attacker, blocking and countering. This time I'm countering, going for vulnerable targets beneath. Okay, the next move is this. Here, right foot in, left foot out, block, strike. My hand changes position as I block with the roof block up high. Step forward, and in one motion, one flowing motion. In one motion, one flowing motion, I step forward and kick. And then down. So I'm going to change angle, and you stay right where you're at. You stay right where you're at. So here, turn it out, block, strike, roof block, push through on the block, kick underneath, and as usual, my hand goes out for potential eye targets as I kick. I'm going to add two more moves here, and then we'll explain them. We might not have time to explain them all today. We'll just do the best we can. Again, here, turn it out, block, strike, kick. There's my vulnerable side. That's where the next attack is coming from. I drop, fade, here comes the attack, I block. And this is an attack coming with the right hand. So as I block, I touch a sensitive target to the top of the head and do a strip disarm. This is my vulnerable positions right here. That's where the next attack is coming from. It's a right hand attack to my head and shoulder. I go underneath, roof block, circle about, do a strip disarm, full disarm, counter. Now we're going to do this with 2 people so you can see how it lays out, okay? And then we'll revisit the architecture in conclusion. So Bryan, if you will. So we go back here. I just do these moves, keep it this arm, and just sitting on the top. See it? Again. By the way, as I block, I got this arm. This gentleman. Do a low strike for me. See it? And you turn that around and go high. And I block. This strike is called a golf, like a golf club. It has an arc like a golf swing, so I'm coming in, up. See, to the vulnerable targets. Vulnerable targets. He swings at me, see the joints, vulnerable targets. Vulnerable targets. It's actually called a golf swing because it has the same arc and trajectory as a golf club. Then I'm here, just do an attack. Block, and go high. And as always, I'm controlling the hand. He pulls back, tries to escape. I come in, controlling the hand. He pulls the arm back, out of my hand. There's the target. See the target? Strike. Okay, so I just dealt with that guy. Here's my opening. Bryan's going to come in with the right hand strike right across part to my hand. So what happens is as he does that, I come down, I block. One more time. Block. First move toward the eye, distract him. If I can hit it, self-defense, I do what I have to do. Strike, strip. Okay, if he comes at me, that's right. Okay, so take your weapon. Next hand's coming at me, this is my open spot, right over the top, right down the middle. There we go. Again, I go in. See how I angle out of it. Again, angle, around, capture, goes back, I hit. So you can see each one of those moves has a specific application. And we're going to just run through the very same sequence once again, so you get a good visualization of this for yourself so you can experiment. So here, 1, 2, and come over here, put the swing with me, and this up, strike, this arm. As I disarm, I'm also blocking that other attack that was the low attack. So you come out with the low attack, and you start to come in at me. Block, control, strike. Okay, if you want to be fancy, if you want to change the form, you can strike, hit, then kick. There's many different things you can do. I hit, okay, he goes back, and I kick. Okay, he's over here now, takes a swing. Watch what I do here. My right foot goes back, I relax this down, so that I'm not trying to do this to rush it over. I just relax it down. I've got time and space. I capture. There's a quick hit. See a nasal hit. Teeth, sensitive target. Throat. That's all part of what I'm doing here. You see my mind and my visualization. I strip this on. It comes at me, I still got a stick. See how quick you can go for a vital target when you're in close and over center. Okay, so here. Open spot comes from above. Here. Circle about. Here's the disarm. Close up. See my hand? And we talk about these disarms in other videos. So if you do like 12 basic disarms, you'll see this explained in great detail elsewhere on the site. I strip. Here's my target. I hit. If you watch me step forward, keep your foot there, Bryan, if you will. If you watch, I also glide up to the foot. quite a bit there. A lot for you to think about and to work with. These are different techniques than you saw earlier in the form, and the beauty of this form is that it's additive. You're going from good basic techniques to more advanced techniques and to more advanced and sophisticated techniques with different obscure angles. Okay, that means you have a lot of room for individual creativity, and I encourage you to exercise it. Until next time, stay well and do well.